on Matheus Cunha? Well, he says Michael Carrick has brought stability and belief. Here he is, the United manager.
Well, Michael, you're making being the Manchester United manager look very easy. How proud were you of that performance?
Yeah, massively proud. I think it was different to last week. Two very different games. As I said to you before the game, you know, it was going to be different today, and they put us under a lot of pressure in different ways, and we never probably had as much genuine regular threat as we did last week within the game. But I thought there was periods when we did look really dangerous, and to come here and to score 3 goals, and in the manner we did, you know, with the going 1 down and coming back, and then the setback, and then keep going, and Matheus with a huge moment for us, and the boys had to put an awful lot in today. It probably didn't come as easy as not. It wasn't easy last week, but I mean the flow of the game and the momentum was with us pretty much the whole time. This one we had to dig deep, and it was a massive effort, and I'm really proud of them.
So after 20 minutes, half an hour, how did you start to turn the flow of that match?
We understood the start of the game was going to be a little bit like that. As much as we tried to turn the momentum in our favour, I think we understood how the game was going to go and the flow of it, and I thought we started to take the ball and connections through the pitch and had that composure and a few moments probably gaining a bit of confidence as well, which was understandable, and actually probably we were having a decent spell, and we just seemed to have come into the game when they scored, and which was disappointing, but again showed the character to come back. And there were stages in the game we had to defend, you know, they make you defend the box really, and it's challenging at times, but I thought we had definitely enough in the game to keep believing in the confidence, and always fancied us to score.
And they did, and they're at home to inform Fulham next. I mean, is there a real opportunity here to build some momentum of winning results?
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, you know, they were 5th when Ruben left, and I think with no European football, I think they'll finish in the top 4 or 5. I think that they have an opportunity which other teams don't have. They're all in European football. You look at the fixtures, I fancy them against everyone now. Obviously, they'll be different. They'll probably have more of the ball. They have more of the ball today than they did against City. But if they can defend well like they have in these 2 games, with the players they have at the top of the pitch, I think they'll finish in the Champions League places.
Michael?
The title challenge is just a second, but in terms of Manchester United up to 4th place, brilliant, but with courtesy of that tremendous goal from Matheus Cunha. But what does it actually do for United now?
Well, obviously give them belief they're getting into that top 4. We said it might be a tough goal. This is a brilliant goal, by the way. Lovely little play by Bruno and Manu, and that strike. What a strike. And the players, look at Bruno here, does really well. Manu, nice little give and go. As soon as it leaves his foot, my goodness, the keeper, who's obviously a very, very good goalkeeper. But they definitely played with a bit more freedom going forward. They came to win the game. They weren't sitting at the back. You think United towards the end there, we're thinking, listen, we'll take the draw 2-2. We'd still be sitting there going, great result for United. But to get that momentum and to score a brilliant goal like that from somebody off the bench, just like it did last week, shows a good attitude, a good mindset. They'll be growing in confidence. And the attacking players, certainly, going forward, they are playing with a lot more freedom.
And what credit then goes to Michael Carrick? Because it does, in the last 2 weeks, look like a team transformed.
Yeah, it does, obviously. And Harry makes a good point. A lot of their players are back now. There's a full group. They've got full weeks together. There's no other distractions. They can focus on the league form. And they're producing. But as we know, you win 1-2 games for Man United, fantastic. Particularly to beat City and to come to Arsenal, where I was thinking maybe more of a draw, but I always felt United would turn up, and they've got enough quality players. They get that, they've got momentum now into their season, and all of a sudden you're looking at United and you're thinking, great chance of top 4. 1 or 2 months ago you're saying, no, I don't think they'll do it. But no, if they play with that confidence and belief, then you give the manager credit, you give his staff credit, and the players are turning up. Simple as that.
Would you give it Carrick then, now, Roy?
Job? No, you're being silly now. No,
serious. No, would you give him the job? He's had 2 great performances.
Yeah, 2 great performances, but anybody can win 2 games. That's what he does at the end of the season. And even if they do get into 4th, I still wouldn't be convinced he's the man for the job. Absolutely not. I still think they need a bigger and better manager. But he's got the opportunity. What a chance it is for him. And you know what? He's taking it. So, fair play to him.
Micah, we're here till 8 o'clock. We've got all that time to get into the weeds of Manchester United's future. But in terms of Arsenal, Patrick, what does this defeat do to their title challenge now? They're still 4 points clear.
They're still 4 points clear, but there's still some question about the mental strength of the team.
I think that performance will be really disappointed because it's not the fact that they lose the game, but it's the way they lose the game. I think there was a lack of creativity. They didn't create enough. I think Saka on the right or Trossard on the left-hand side didn't produce enough to really create danger for United. So they will be, I think, in this situation, a leader to lift the spirit of the team. There will be this momentum where we will need somebody to make them understand that when they are on the field, they have to play. I think this is a team who are full of quality, and to play with more energy and to take more risk because they've got the quality. And it was a disappointed performance because I felt that they didn't play with this kind of freedoms to express themselves.
But in terms of leaders, Micah, they had the captain Odegaard on the pitch. They took him off before the hour mark in that quadruple change.
Yeah, but you lead in different ways, don't you? He leads on the field in terms of his creativity. Didn't really get into the game today. I think Patrick raises a good point in terms of that psychological battle, knowing that you want to win today. You win today, it puts you in good stead. And then it's against United, OK. But can you get over the line? There was a lack of urgency, a lack of energy, and a lack of someone who wanted to take the game to United, to get on the ball and make something happen. And that was the worrying thing. When you've got Saka on the pitch, when you've got Trossard on the pitch, Jesus had talked him up before the game, and he wanted one of those players to step up in the big games. And today, they went missing.
Do you know what that's called? It's pressure. Pressure's on Arsenal today. You see the other results, and they're in a great position. They've got everything going for them. They're doing really well in all the competitions, etc. And that's pressure. They're feeling the pressure. It's how they deal with it over the next month or two. That's what's cost them over the last few years when they've gotten themselves in good positions. And the sign over the last few weeks, now we're going back to the Liverpool game, the Forest game, and today, losing that momentum. If you step back, they'll have to have a reset and still step back and go, we're still in a great position. We've got to get our momentum back, and that almost a little bit of confidence. I can't believe they don't look like a confident team where they are in the league and what they're doing in the other competitions. You'd almost have to sit in the dressing room and go, what's up with everybody? Play the game. They're obviously playing the occasion. They started getting a bit of joy when they were throwing the subs on and they were gambling, they were playing maybe off the cuff. You're thinking, OK, they got back to 2-2, and for a brilliant goal, they might have got a draw. So they've got to get back to basics and start embracing this challenge instead of being frightened of it.
Yeah, and results have gone against them as well this weekend, with City winning yesterday and then Aston Villa earlier today winning at Newcastle as well. So this, you're pretty much across, I'm sure, it happened yesterday with Liverpool losing late on at Bournemouth, 2-2 draw with a late equaliser for Spurs. Fulham beating Brighton late on. City 2-0 winners over Wolves and West Ham with a win to give them hope of escaping over Sunderland. And then today, in those early kickoffs, Forest winning at Brentford, beaten at home for just the second time this season in a really timely victory for Sean Dyche's side after a tricky run. Liam Rossini made it 4 wins out of 5 since taking charge when they went to Crystal Palace. No win in Palace. Villa getting the job done at Newcastle United. A really impressive performance for Unai Emery's side. Buendia and Ollie Watkins on the score sheet there. And then 5 goals here at the Emirates. It all came to life in that second half, and you can see all those goals from this weekend by scanning the QR code. It will take you straight to the Sky Sports app, where you will be able to feast on the weekend's highlights, with a reminder that there is one more to come when Everton take on Leeds United, who are now all of a sudden looking over their shoulder again. We're on air at 6:30 for an 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. There's the reminder for all Arsenal fans. That was the last time they
played. Harry, as you've just been applauding them, you've made those Manchester United supporters very happy indeed. On the back of what you did in the derby, how special a result and performance was that?
Yeah, definitely, it was absolutely massive. We know that, obviously, the first game, the derby, at Old Trafford, you always get up for them, and you know that one-off results can happen, so we had to back it up today, and we spoke about it before the game, coming to the league leaders who have been excellent this year, I must say, and we asked a lot of questions of you, and to come here to have the setback late on as well, and to go and get the winner was a magnificent performance.
Yeah, Matthias, like Harry said, a setback late on, 2-2, looked all set up for Arsenal to push for the winner, but it was you that got it. What your most special moment in a United shirt so far?
100%. I think this kind of games, the games then we dream to play. when I come to United, of course, like, these are the games that we watch on television and want to be part of that. And yeah, of course, I think this is one of the best moments for me here.
Yeah, so like you say, it is a game you watch on television. You dream of scoring the winner in a game like this. What does it mean to do it?
Everything is exactly what I try to feel when I come in these kind of games. Always, they say it's to big players, and to be part of that, it's like have teammates like Harry, everyone here, the leaders, always teach me how is the feeling, and to be here in the pitch now and then help them to conquer this win is everything.
Harry, what on earth has happened in the last 12, 14 days?
Yeah, obviously Michael's come in, he's been brilliant with us, he's brought fresh energy and the group's really galvanised, and obviously 2 tough games. Everyone probably thinks we come away with them, we're not many points, but to win both is magnificent. Obviously we've got a much bigger squad now as well. We've got the lads back from AFCON, and obviously got players like Mateus coming off the bench who I'm sure he's not too happy sat on the bench the last couple of games. I know what he's like and he wants to play, but I must say he's made the difference in the 2 games. He's come on against City and changed the game, and today again he's made the difference for us, and it just shows the squad of players and the attacking talent that we have now that can come on and do that.
Well, that's it, Mateus. I mean, if you're on the bench and you're not happy about it, you come on and do what you've done the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's exactly what I took with Carrick now, but I know like the quality of the group. Everyone has the quality to play. Everyone wants to play, of course. But yeah, the important decision is help the team. Come here every single minute that you have is to give everything to help this team, to help the teammates. I think we did well today also.
Harry, could I just ask you one last question about your opponent today? You said they give you all sorts of different problems, but from certainly the minute you went 1-1, did you sense there was a nervous situation here, something you could exploit?
Well, I thought the first 20 minutes they started really well. They put us on the back foot so much, but we watched the game we knew against Liverpool, and they did the same in the first half there. But after 20 minutes, I felt like we got a grip of the game, and we started being little bit more brave on the ball. And when we started playing through the middle and we're playing finding passes through the lines, I felt like we could really open them up. And I think we was comfortable the second half. Obviously, their biggest threat was set plays. They managed to score one. Obviously, it was a scrappy goal to concede, something that we'll have to look at. But like I said, we have quality that we can hurt teams, and we've managed to do that today.
Still singing behind you.
No, these fans deserve it. It's been a tough couple of years for them, and results like last week and tonight or this evening is what they deserve.
Well done. Mateus, you're the match winner. Harry's our player of the match. You're all right passing that on.
Dramatic defeat at the Vitality Stadium to Bournemouth. The Sunday Times front page of their sports section says Bourne supremacy. 95th minute was when Adley scored that winning goal. Mark, extraordinary game at the Vitality Stadium. If you can look at it one way, it was 13 games unbeaten in all competitions for Liverpool going into it, but it masks the fact that the previous 4 before this defeat were all draws in the Premier League. Is the feeling, maybe, of discontent from the Liverpool fans towards Arne Slot maybe just growing a little bit?
I think it is. I think, Liverpool fans will give their manager a bit more time, especially one that's won the Premier League title, as he did last season. But the grumblings from Liverpool fans are that the style of play is boring, basically. It's a bit more predictable than it was last season. It's obviously Jurgen Klopp had this fantastic way of playing, and Liverpool fans had 5 or 6 of the best years of their life watching the Klopp football. Slot came in last year and a bit of a hybrid. He kind of evolved Liverpool, won the title, but still, kept playing the Klopp way a little bit. But this season he's gone back to how he wants to play, and it's just too predictable. It's not as exciting, and it's not getting the results. So, again, a bit like the Thomas Frank situation. If the football's not very good and the results aren't great, then you're going to lose the support of the fans. I think generally Liverpool fans don't want to turn just yet, but as the results keep going like that, a lot of individual mistakes. Virgil van Dijk, again, he's had a bit of a bad season, Van Dijk. And I think at times Van Dijk is untouchable in the sense of criticism. It's always like it's Konaté's fault, or it's Frimpong's fault, or it's Kerkez's fault, but it's usually Virgil van Dijk's fault this season. And yesterday it was, I know it was windy, but still it was his fault. And I think when your best player, your captain, is making mistakes on a regular basis, then that obviously affects the team. And Arne Slot, as much as he's struggling right now with certain situations, if your captain is playing like that, and you can't drop Virgil van Dijk because there's nobody coming to play in his place, you've got a problem. But is that Slot's fault? Is that the people above him who didn't sign Mark Gray? So everybody at Liverpool can take a share of the blame for the situation right now.
And I think, obviously I can't speak for the whole fan base, obviously, but I think a lot of people in the Liverpool fan base are setting their sights more at the sporting directors and the direction of the squad, than they are at Slot himself at the moment. And that might change, and I think results like yesterday, as you said, Darmish, that's not going to help, obviously. But I think fundamentally, if you look at Liverpool's squad, it's just really unbalanced. And they spent all that money, and it's a bit of a mess now. And you look at the wingers, there's basically only Salah for the right wing because Chiesa effectively won't play no matter what happens. Slot doesn't want to play him. The other backup winger is Rio Nagumo, who's effectively...
But we've got this late shout for a penalty. William Saliba's tackle on Matheus Cunha. What did you make of this one then, Dermot?
I wasn't convinced it was a penalty, but what I would say, if it's going to be a penalty, it's one the referee's going to give. It's not one that he's going to throw to VAR. The VAR.
Okay.
I think that... No, that's...
How is that not a penalty? I'm an Arsenal fan as well, by the way. So, you know, it didn't go in our favour. But ultimately, that is a guaranteed penalty. If that happens on the halfway line, it's a free kick.
Well, it didn't happen on the halfway line.
Is it a free kick, though, on the halfway line?
I wasn't convinced it was a foul, but I said if it's going to be a foul...
Let me just ask you this question.
No,
on the halfway line, is it a free kick?
It wasn't on the halfway line, Jay. I don't play that game, honestly.
Why not? A free kick on the halfway line should be the same as in the penalty area.
I agree on that. That's why...
So was it a free kick on the halfway line?
No, not a foul.
That is definitely a foul. He's come through the back of him. If that happened to me, you know, the ball was there. He's came through the back of him. He's hit the foot that he's planted. He's hit that foot. The ball's gone nowhere. It's dropped in front of him. It's a penalty.
And Cunha drops back into it.
Yeah, it's a penalty. It's still a penalty.
But
he hasn't touched the ball and he's put his foot there.
If he fouls him, would he not go forward?
Okay, if he's not there, he doesn't go down. He controls the ball.
But if he fouls him, would he go forward or backwards?
Doesn't matter where we go. Ultimately, the ball's come into him. He's backing in like this. He's backing in. He's put his foot there to shield the ball. The ball's come there. It's dropped there. Saliba's made that challenge. He's gone to ground, which he shouldn't have. It should be a penalty.
Roy Keane destroys Arsenal while Patrick Vieira praises Carrick's genius as Man Utd snatch 3-2 Old Trafford thriller. Micah Richards completely loses it. Legendary trio dissect United's comeback masterclass that slashes Gunners' title lead. Keane hails United fighting spirit, absent under Arteta. Vieira analyzes Carrick's second-half tactics outsmarting Arsenal press. Richards stunned by late drama. United now 6 points behind after derby double whammy on rivals.